Hello friends and welcome to the Edupedia world. In previous tutorial we have seen the OOPS concept in Java. We have studied the concept of encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism and inheritance. Although we have only covered the basics and what these terms means, but in this tutorial we will be covering them in detail. So this video is about encapsulation in Java. So let's study in detail what's encapsulation in Java. Encapsulation is a process of wrapping code and data together in a single unit. We can create fully encapsulated class by making entire data members will be private and create getter setter method to access the data members. Fine. So basically it's a concept of wrapping code and data together, like wrapping member function and method together, and to make a class fully encapsulated, entire data member will be private and to access them we should have getter and setter. Fine. Pojo is the best example of fully encapsulated class. Pojo is nothing but plain old Java classes. And encapsulation is also known as data hiding because you are protecting the data which is prone to change. So any data which are important to us, we are hiding it and only providing getters and setters to access it. So this is an example of encapsulated class in which you can see there is a class employee and we are having private data members, private int employee ID, private string employee name, private string designation, and to access these private data members we are having public getters and setters. So if you want to change employee ID, you can call set employee ID and pass the new employee ID in that, and employee ID will be modified. But you cannot directly access employee ID outside the class employee because it is private. So this is a fully encapsulated class. Now let's see, why do we need encapsulation in our Java code? Well, encapsulated code is more flexible and easy to change with new requirements. By providing only getter and setter method access, you can make the class read only. That's correct because now you cannot modify your class, or you can say you don't need to modify your class because you are having getters and setters. For example, if there is any logic change that you want to do, and let's say you were setting your anything in your product name, but now you want to change the language, or append s with their every product name, then you need to simply make the change in setter. You don't need to change the data members. And your class, if you are not even intending to do that, and class will only become read only. There is nothing to actually go and change in the class. Encapsulation in Java make unit testing easy. Yeah, that's right. Because JUnit does need to call your getters and setters, and it can easily do that by calling getters and setters. And in unit testing, you do not actually need to, call and check with the every data member. You can do that using getters and setters. A class can have total control over what is stored in field. Suppose you want to set the value of marks field, that is mark should be positive value. Then you can write a logic of positive value in setter method. I hope so you got the concept. Like marks cannot be negative, but suppose what if there is some other object that is sending the negative marks, then you can have the logic in your setter to check that the value that is sent in a marks is always positive. Otherwise you can return, or you can just type in on the console that it's incorrect value inputted. So that's what you can control. So you do have a control over data that is going into your fields. Encapsulation also helps to write immutable classes in Java, which are good choice in multi-threading environment. So immutable classes are those classes which are, marked as final and which cannot be changed. So like string is an immutable class in Java. And how does it help? We'll see when we read some of the immutable class in Java. Encapsulation allows you to change one part of code without affecting other part of code. That's right, like because if there is any change you want to do in the product ID logic, then you only need to make change in setter, and irrespective of the other things written in your code, the other code will remain safe. So that is like the true advantage of encapsulation. Okay, so in a summary, we can say whatever changes encapsulated. It is a famous design principle, and encapsulation in Java is achieved using the modifiers that are private, protected, and public. So you can use these modifier to get your class encapsulated, and singleton pattern in Java make good use of encapsulation because singleton pattern highly use private access modifier to make your class encapsulated and to only provide one and only single instance. Fine, so this was about the encapsulation. Let's quickly do an example of encapsulated class. Okay guys, so here we are, and with our vending machine example, you can see we have created a class product, and it is having three data members: product name, price, and quantity. It is having two constructor. One is a private constructor, which is a default constructor, and other is a like you can say a constructor with parameters, parameterized constructor. Then we have a method static get instance. As of now, we don't need it, so I'm going to just comment or remove this out. Right now we are concentrating on encapsulation, so let's come downwards and see. Now you can see that we are having the private data members, and in order to access these data members, we are providing getters and setters. So get product name and set product name are getters and setters respectively for product name, and so do we have for price and quantity. Fine. So this will not allow direct access to product name since we have made them private, and in order to set or get the value, we can only need to use the access and getters and setters. So let me comment this out as of now. So you can see we are using the getters over here, and in order to set the value, I can even use setters. So in this case, I have constructed a product object and I have initialized the value. Now let's say I need to change the price, then for that I can use the setter of price, that will be set price, and I can pass the value as 20. So the value in this case will be changed using the setter. So you can say that the product class is highly encapsulated and it is a good programming feature to follow. Fine guys, so this was about encapsulation. I hope you got the concept in detail, and thus you will be following that whenever you will be writing your own code. So thank you as of now. Let's meet in the next tutorial.